Okay.
I'm going to be positive about the podcast this week.
Me too.
Last week, I think I was a little salty.
You were?
Yeah. I mean, you called me out.
me.
You were like, you're making fun of the podcast. And then when I watched it back, I kind of realized you were right. I was kind of in a salty mood last.
I thought I was, because I was being grumpy about it.
Oh.
Because I was like, it was cool to take a week off and we didn't have to record last week.
I know, we did crack a lot of jokes about
okay, let's be
don't
more
want to
positive.
do this anymore.
Let's manifest the Yips winning a Webby. Or what's a podcast Emmy?
A poddy.
The Emmys have a podcast category now.
Are you serious?
Yes, let's go for it. I think we could. I really think we could.
You know what I noticed? I noticed that on Netflix, it's served up. One of the featured things is a true crime podcast that the host is just sitting at a table like this, just doing the show.
Yeah, it's people like podcasts. I think the video component of podcasts because they almost serve as a late night show.
Yeah. Welcome to the Yips, episode 9. This is a podcast for people who know about, don't like baseball related things, or it's a baseball podcast, right?
I'm Molly.
I'm Eric.
I was thinking that for the intro, maybe we should change up the tagline, because now that we're kind of finding our footing, we're kind of a funny weekly overview of what's going on in the league. A lot of our friends were surprised to know it's not just a Cubs specific podcast, but we're doing a bird's eye view of the league. And we try to be team agnostic, which obviously we're not going to, it's more fun if we're we have a little skin in the game.
Well, how could you not? Yeah.
But I do think that anyway, if you're new, welcome. And we hope that you understand what the podcast is. And we're a husband and wife. I don't think anyone listens to this that doesn't know who we are personally, but because we might win a podcast Emmy this year, we're going to start reaching a way bigger audience. So
is this the only, I believe that the Yips is the only married podcast team in the entire internet.
Yeah. I think that the Yips is a really good podcast. And I was listening to last week's episode and I was like, damn, we are killing it. I was like, this is a fun episode to listen to.
I mean,
I listened to it 25 times.
It is. I don't listen to.
We put it on while we're making love.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, all the sound effects last week were wild.
Yeah. You liked them?
I don't know. I think maybe you got to slow down on them.
I mean, I did get a little trigger happy with the boings and everything. Well, I mean, the whips, yeah. I'm gonna work on this.
By the way, I don't think there's any rules roundup in this episode.
There is.
Oh, okay.
I put one in. Rules roundup, baby.
All right, so let's do a little intro.
Yeah.
About our week.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, I'm Molly. This is Eric. We're married, and this is our dog Pete. We've got 2 beautiful sons and fur babies.
Pete insists on being on our lap at the table like this, or he'll just scream the whole time. Whereas the other dog, Toad, is happy to just kind of go upstairs and lay on his blanket. Yeah.
So what's going on with you this week?
Yeah, I mean, not too much.
Oh, you didn't know what you were going to talk about.
No, again, I'm so bad.
Do you want me to start?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I didn't plan my intro either, but I could talk about a couple things. Okay. So
I can never the prompt for this is basically hey, what happened to you in the past week since the last time we recorded? And I'm always just I don't know. I ate something.
Then talk about that and just talk about it.
Okay. So
it's a celebration of the mundane.
Okay. So start it off.
Okay. So
mundanity.
I went to an independently owned bookstore on Sunday after my workout. It's called Madison Street Books. Have you ever been?
No.
It's in the West Loop. It was really cute. And
we love the West Loop.
Oh, no, we don't.
We
And
love going to all the new workout gyms.
I just go to one gym.
Oh, yeah.
It
Anyway.
happens to be in the West Loop. I don't know why you have to be such a hater about it. You're just jealous. You're so jealous.
Yeah, could
All
be.
my workout friends.
Yeah.
Anyway, I picked up a copy of Yesteryear, which is like the buzziest book of the year. And a bunch of podcasts I listen to keep talking about it, but they're like spoiler, so I haven't been able to listen to anything because I think that there's a big twist in it. And Joe said there were 20,000 people on the wait list for it at the library.
What?
And
20,000?
And Gus, I think, put them on the wait list a long time ago, like
5
before it
years
came
ago.
out.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was coming out because I listened to the author's podcast, Diabolical Lies, sometimes. And it was really buzzy.
It's her from Diabolical Lies. Ah, okay.
And it's about like a tribe wife influencer. Anyway, so I picked up a copy of that. I started reading that yesterday, and I think it'll be a fun beach read. Like, I think it'll give that like sort of summer, like quick, a little pulpy, but not like pulpy in the same way that, remember when we went to Michigan last time and like we found that copy of that crazy book?
Oh my God.
We were in Michigan and we were
Yeah.
sitting at this lunch place and they had like books courtesy of like Mary McDonald, who was like clearly this like 80-year-old woman who like lived in Buchanan or whatever town that was. And she had dropped off a bunch of paperbacks, but they were like really pulpy grocery store novels. And one of them, Eric like opened up and read a random line. It was it was just like,
Where is the line?
it's in my sketchbook.
Shit. It's too bad.
I think I can remember it. It's, Vincenzo, no.
That was
I
the
can't
thing in
remember
this
it.
book. All the names of people were fucking wild. It was like this, like
She was a close
crime,
personal friend
drama, yeah,
of the Labramies.
yeah,
The couple who almost killed Vincenzo when they set fire to his laboratory in order to destroy the evidence. Something like that.
yeah. He was also
destroying a great portion of Vincenzo's
a
work.
great portion.
Anyway, it was just like the craziest sentence. I'm sorry, I really went off on a tangent on that, but you know how some novels can be like that?
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
Yesteryear
You think
is
it's gonna
not.
be-
I mean, it's not going to be like reading. I'm like also reading Henry James' Portrait of a Lady, and it's certainly not going to be like Henry James style writing.
No,
But it's fun.
I hope it is.
And I spent $30 on it, $33 with tax, because tax in Chicago is 11%.
Yep.
And so that's what's going on with me. Anything going on with you? What's new with you?
Not too much. Nothing really remarkable this week. Watched a lot of baseball. And for the Cubs, that was a little unfortunate. It's been a difficult week.
Are you okay?
I was excited because Milwaukee had a tough West Coast road trip with
The Padres.
both the Padres and the Dodgers. Whereas
No, the Milwaukee did good with the Dodgers.
that's what I'm saying. See, this
I'm
is
saying
you don't understand. I want Milwaukee to lose.
I do understand that now.
Well, yes. Well,
Admittedly, I did not before, but now I do. I
Yeah.
swear to God, I do.
Yeah.
But when you
I'm
said
not sure.
when you said Milwaukee had a rough time out west, I thought you meant that they did poorly because they did do poorly against the Padres. I think the Padres swept them,
So
and but then they've won the series against the Dodgers.
when I said what I meant by a tough road trip was that they were not at home facing
Two great
difficult
teams.
Yeah. Whereas the Cubs were at home
Yeah.
facing
I hear what you're
soft
saying.
teams, who they did not do well against St. Louis, and also.
Well, and then they were playing the Nationals before, right?
Yeah, and I mean those are two teams that they should have just like absolutely destroyed. And we'll get. I mean, one of the items in This Week in Baseball has to do with a particular Cardinals player.
We'll get into it.
But yeah, it just like I'm like every time the Cubs play the Cardinals and they get beat up like they did this time, I like forget about the standings and just get and all of a sudden like it's like this PTSD thing of being like, the Cardinals aren't a threat right now, but they'll be back, and they will be.
I was looking it up. They're 9 games behind Chicago.
Yeah, I mean this season, but like, I mean,
no, I know.
Yeah. They'll be really good again somehow.
Will anything else go on during your week?
Oh, I finally got like an idiot. I noticed that the second season of Beef, is plastered all over my Netflix landing page, and it has all these like adornments on it that say, Emmy, nominee or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And
they were really wanting you to watch it.
Oh yeah.
They were basically like, you're going to love this. Just give it another chance.
So I had watched the first season, but couldn't remember if I watched the entire thing. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to start season 2 without having a good handle on what happened with season 1. So I watched season 1 over again. Loved it.
Okay.
I mean, is
that your recommendation?
Yeah, it's so good.
Season 1.
Yeah.
TV show that came out 2 solid years ago.
Yeah. I mean, still, it's like really good. And then as soon as the last episode of the first season was done, and I was like, frankly, blown away, autoplay started playing S2E1. And I'm like, I don't recognize any of these people. And it turns out that I don't know what kind of TV, we talked about this. I don't know what kind of TV show that is, but it's kind of like, I mean, it is like White Lotus, where like each season is like kind of a new season.
It's like non-linear or something.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, even less so, because I don't even think that there's no like cast overlap.
In Beef?
No. I mean, the writer and producer are the same, but
that's kind of a bummer, because I like when there's like one common thread, like in the White Lotus, like Jennifer Coolidge's character.
Yeah.
Like, so you understand that it's all in the same universe.
I really like that.
And they did that in Fargo, the TV show,
Yep.
in a really good way.
Yeah. So I watched season 1 again.
That's your exciting week, is that you watched season 1 of Beef.
Yeah.
And you're excited to watch season 2.
Yeah, I watched like an episode and a half.
What do you think? Not as good?
So far, so good.
Okay. Yeah, great. There's been great TV. We're watching Married at First Sight. We need to watch that Suburban Wives St. Louis OnlyFans show.
So many good ones.
Yeah, actually, it kind of sucks. There's like not a lot of good ones.
I know, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like as I went back to watch like a scripted TV show, I kind of the irony that like, one watches a scripted TV show to escape reality, whereas like people that watch reality TV shows aren't really getting away from anything. It's like, I don't know. I just thought it was ironic that it's like,
reality shows always make me feel better about my life, though, because I'm like, things could be
everybody
a
else
lot
looks like a
worse.
maniac. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so this week's episode, we're going to do our usual This Week in Baseball, some stories that stuck out to us this week. And then the majority of our episode is going to focus on the lockout. What it could mean.
The potential lockout and the renegotiation of the CBA.
Yes, thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of confusing information out there, and I've had some friends text me and be like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
And at this, like before, I didn't even really know the details, so it was good to research this.
I mean, it's important it's important to know that at the top of this episode, I mean, if you don't listen anymore, whether or not an agreement is made between the MLB owners and the players, it's really, really, really possible that we won't have a baseball season next year, and that is.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
If they don't,
we'll see. We'll talk about it. We'll get into it.
If they don't get an agreement, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
what happened this week in baseball?
Week, I got a lot of because I listened to baseball today. I watch YouTube videos, and then I also follow this creator on Instagram called Baseball for Baddies, who I really like. Mm. And everyone is talking about Paul Skenes. So I wanted to know more about it. He's a pitcher from the Pittsburgh Pirates.
He is.
he is a former Cy Young winner, right?
Well, I don't know.
Okay. He's pretty beloved. Like, he's got this really popular celebrity girlfriend. He's really famous.
I'm not sure if he won the Cy Young, but he was definitely in the running.
So he got pulled after 65 pitches during a game last week. And people were like, what is going on? He hasn't been great this year, holistically. And people are noticing that his velocity is down. So the first 2 seasons he pitched, his average was 98 miles per hour. And this season it's 96.4 miles per hour. And
which doesn't seem like a lot, but it really is. Yeah.
He was chatting about this at the All-Star game during the break and said, like, was kind of, people must have been questioning about it then.
Yeah.
Because he said he denies that he needs the velocity to succeed. He's like, I'm a good pitcher. I don't need the speed.
Not just a thrower. I'm a pitcher.
Yeah. And people are saying that his pitching is not only slower, but it's more cross-body, and he's relying on his four-seamer. So I'm like, what the heck is that?
Hey, that's good. It's good to know the different kinds of pitches and
so here's a little brief overview of what a four-seamer is. It's a type of fastball.
Yeah.
It's the most common type of fastball in a pitcher's arsenal. And Paul Skenes' pitch this season has lost its horizontal movement and gained vertical movement, which is pushing it into the dead zone. So the dead zone refers to one way that a fast-seamer or four-seamer can end up. So if the fastball has enough ride, it rises up, which makes it deceptive if you're a batter. Mm-hmm. If it has sink, it sort of sinks down, disappears, and it's also hard for the batter.
Yes.
The dead zone means the ball behaves more predictably and kind of right in the middle. So even though it's fast, the batter knows what to do with it.
It's not moving anywhere. It's not, there's no movement. Yeah.
Right. And so his fastball this season, because of the way he is pitching a bit more crossbody, he's losing that secret sauce to get it it's kind of like either side of the valley almost.
It seems to me that when a pitcher makes changes to their mechanics,
yes.
It's kind of indicative that something's not feeling good.
So that's...
So if it's I hurt my ankle, and so you can tell by the way that I walk that I'm favoring one over the other.
That's what people are kind of suspecting, that maybe there's a slight, small injury that's turning into something worse, and that he's compensating. And Baseball for Baddies looked at some stats and said something about how this sort of the pitching pre-Tommy John surgery follows this exact pattern. And it's possible that he might be looking at that in the near future. And that's a good segue, because you want to talk about Tommy John.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wait, just one more thing about Paul Skenes.
Yeah.
Some people think he's gaining weight.
Are they body shaming him?
No,
yo, fatty, get off the mound.
No, just from a practical point of view, because
Yeah.
that will affect
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't noticed, but I never looked at him before yesterday, so.
Yeah, we'd have to, that's tough because you only see them while they're in action. I do suppose that I don't know how one would tell. It's wow, they're really packing it on there. Yo, saddlebags.
Well,
Put down the cheeseburger. You know?
No.
Kind of feels like body shaming.
Really? You think so?
I don't know. When people are oh, he's definitely put on some weight. It's
yeah, you're probably right. It seems a little bit different for an athlete, but I don't really know, actually.
It might be right. I don't know.
It's just an objective. It's speculating on an objective fact.
Yeah.
But it's not making a value judgment about it. I guess, though, they are saying that that's what he's being such a bad pitcher. I don't know.
Yeah.
Comments, let us know. Do you think that people speculating that he's gained weight and that's changing his pitch, is that body shaming? Woke Hive, rise up.
Well, maybe he'll need ulnar collateral ligament surgery, aka Tommy John surgery.
It's the ulnar nerve.
It's the ulnar. Yep. So this week, baseball and just the world lost Tommy John, former pitcher, and who was the first person to have his ulnar collateral ligament repaired. And because he came back, actually pitched more seasons post-surgery than pre, and because he was the first person to undergo this procedure, it is his namesake. So Tommy John, a.k.a. Bionic Man.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. He pitched 26 seasons between 1963 and 1989, which is really impressive. 26 seasons is a long time. He was a four-time All-Star with 288 wins under his belt, and he is not in the Hall of Fame.
I know, but people think he'll be added now.
Yeah, but it's also the guy should be in the Hall of Fame simply because his name is universally recognized and synonymous with baseball.
I mean, I certainly knew about Tommy John surgery. I had no idea what it was. I never knew it as ulnar or ligament replacement surgery.
Yeah. So Tommy grew up in Terre Haute, Indiana. A former minor league pitcher and friend of his father, Arlie Andrews, taught Tommy how to throw a curveball, which would become his signature pitch. Tommy was an excellent student, graduated Gerstmeyer High School's valedictorian in 1961.
Wow.
But was denied the opportunity to give the valedictorian speech at the ceremony because he had a really bad stutter.
Aww.
Yeah. After his retirement from baseball, Tommy...
To Tommy John surgery.
Wow. We go low here at the Yips podcast sometimes.
Did he still have the stutter when he was?
No, he overcame the stutter.
Oh, okay.
After his retirement from baseball, he went on to become a motivational speaker. He was a baseball broadcaster for a while, and he formed a foundation called Let's Do It, whose mission was to kind of raise awareness of suicide and...
Sorry. Why would it be called Let's Do It if it's about suicide prevention?
God.
Don't you think that's the most inappropriate name? Let's Do It for a suicide prevention?
Yeah.
Think about it.
I mean, I don't know how successful the foundation was or is. Seems like laughing at somebody trying to,
I just think the name is terrible.
It's not good.
Let's not do it. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's...
Yeah, something more appropriate.
I'm not making fun of
you're
his...
not alone, or we're here for you, or something like that.
Don't do it.
Yeah. So according to Tommy's wiki page, and I'm quoting, in 1974, he suffered a potentially career-ending injury when he tore his ulnar collateral ligament, aka UCL, in a game against the Montreal Expos, for which I'm wearing my Expos hat.
I wonder what that feels like.
Oh, to tear a ligament?
Can you feel it in the moment?
I'm sure, yes. I think I've seen somebody tear their ligament in real time.
Like while you're watching a game or in real
Yes.
life? Oh, oof. Okay.
Frank Jobe, the Dodgers physician, performed the ligament replacement surgery on John later that year. He missed the 1975 season recovering from surgery, but he became the first pitcher to successfully return to baseball following such surgery. Quote, Tommy John surgery has since become a common procedure among baseball's pitchers, which everybody knows that. Some even get Tommy John surgery preemptively. There are prospects, kids that are in high school or in college that will just say, I'm going to have the surgery done so that I don't have to potentially deal with it in the middle of my career. like Paul Skenes may.
Just like, who's Paul Skenes?
Welcome to the Yips, a baseball podcast.
It's a lot for me.
30 according to Wiki, 35.3% of MLB pitchers who were active in 2023 had the procedure.
That's crazy. Yeah, I heard that
more than a third
2,600 of MLB players have gotten it.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
I mean, you don't even need to be a pitcher to get Tommy John surgery. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, anybody that throws, which is everybody.
It's also like, I was just looking it up. They take a ligament from another part of your body or from a dead person, and they like graft it on.
Yeah.
To your ornal collateral ligament, which is on the other side of your elbow.
They take it from a cadaver. There was like this, I always talk about this. There was like some kind of horror movie a long time ago where like somebody needed a hand transplant and they took a hand from like a prisoner.
A crook?
Yeah, or from and put it on this innocent person's hand or arm. Uh-huh. And the hand had a mind of its own. It was like committing crimes and like trying to like, I wonder if.
Yeah, that's the hidden side of the Tommy John surgery that no one talks about.
You could get a haunted ligament. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for finally explaining to us who Tommy John is.
Yeah, he seemed like a genuinely good guy.
And he'll probably make it into the Hall of Fame. Keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yeah, now he'll make it into the Hall of Fame.
Sorry I made the joke. I was not laughing at his his efforts. Like I'm not.
It's a bad name.
It's just a bad name.
It's a bad name.
You called me out in front of the Yippies trying to make me feel bad. Anyway,
moving along.
Joshua Baez made the news this weekend. He was playing against the Chicago Cubs on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Were you watching this game, by the way? Because I found out about it because Eric's dad texted the group chat. And then I had to look it up, and it was crazy. Anyway,
Cardinals at Wrigley, yeah.
The Cardinals were at Wrigley. Baez is playing his debut game as a major leaguer. Mm-hmm. Are you guys listening to this? Okay. His first at bat, he gets a home run.
Yep.
Then he got 2 more home runs in his next 2 at-bats. Okay? It's a world record.
Oh, I mean, nobody's ever done that before. They're saying it's arguably the best like premiere a player has ever made in the MLB, which like
for sure it is.
3 home runs in a single game? My God.
And the Cardinals ended up winning 8-4 over the Cubs. That's such a bummer, but the fans at Wrigley stood up and gave this man a standing ovation.
Oh my God. I mean, that is really nice that, you know, it's, even though there's a bitter rivalry there, like the fans were able to recognize that this was just like a fee. You know, you're probably never going to see that again.
So he was born in Boston. He moved back with his family to his parents' home in the Dominican Republic, and then they came back to Boston. He's currently 23, but was selected by the Cardinals at age 18 in the second round of the draft.
That is so crazy.
He's been playing in the minors ever since. He got a wrist injury in 2023, and then lots of strikes in 2023. And the Cardinals pulled him back to Florida to develop him. But the Cardinals scouting director was pretty convinced about him because he was super powerful.
Yeah.
And he turned down, I think he turned down a scholarship to Vanderbilt to play.
Vanderbilt's a big baseball school. Yeah.
So Randy Flores, the Cardinals scouting director, said, "What you saw Saturday is what we saw in the summer. We call it real power. He went left field, center field, right field." So that's another thing is
unbelievable.
He doesn't have a predictable at bat, or home run. It's like he was moving the ball throughout the park.
Yeah.
And his dad died 3 years ago.
Oof.
And while he was playing in the minors, he promised his dad that he would make it into the major league. And in the first inning, he said that there was a bee buzzing around him in the outfield. He thought it was really weird. And it was like following him around, but it wouldn't sting him. And now he thinks it was his dad showing him that he was there with him. Isn't that so sweet?
Unbelievable.
And as someone with a dead parent, I can totally relate to that. I just think that's so nice. And his mom was there. He had 20 friends and family there to see him.
I can't even imagine. He had how many people?
20 friends and family.
Wow. That is so crazy. Yeah. Well, good luck to him in the future. But he certainly set a high bar for himself.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also sounding like the Cardinals might be pretty good in the next couple of years.
I know, and that's what
and we're
talking about. I'm like, oh,
fans are hoping that they'll start winning.
Yeah, Cardinals fans. Breaking news here on the Yips. Cardinals fans looking for some wins.
They're not so bad. They're only 9 games behind the Cubs. Okay, let's talk about a lockout.
Possible lockout.
A possible lockout. What that means.
There's a difference between a lockout and a strike.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get into all of that. But this is a big one here.
This is a juicy topic, and it's one of those things where like the more I read about it, the more I was like feeling confused. Not even just confused, but like there are so many intricacies of this deal.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's also really confusing because some of the different people within the same group might have differing interests or differing wants.
Yeah.
So we'll get into it.
I mean, that's what makes
the negotiation complicated.
Yeah, is that there's a lot of people that want a lot of different things, and
and sometimes like conflicting things.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, MLB's current collective bargaining agreement expires at midnight on December 1st, 2026. And
why isn't it 6 p.m. like the trade deadline? You know?
No, it isn't. Because some people are saying the second, and some people are saying the first. So I'm pretty sure it's at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
So the collective bargaining agreement, the CBA, is an agreement between the owners, the MLB, okay, and then the players, which is the MLB Players Association or the MLBPA.
So there's two sides. The MLB and the team owners are on one side.
Yes.
The actual league and the owners are on one side, and the players' union is on the other. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go into that, but like I didn't know that the owners and the league were one.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem right to me, but we can.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah.
So both a lockout and a strike, which is what you might hear about this, like the last time the CBA was a big issue, it was a strike, and it was in 1994, I believe. Mm-hmm. So a lockout and a strike both mean that play is halted, but a lockout is initiated by the team owners. They'll close facilities and stop contract, whereas a strike is initiated by the players. They don't come to the games.
They're not going to show up. Yeah.
Okay. So we decided to break it up by the player side and the owner side. And I'll just go through what the players want, and then Eric will talk about what the owners want. And then we'll talk a little bit about the consequences of a lockout. We might get into how we think about it.
Yeah.
And
if it's not already apparent in our description from both sides.
Yeah, maybe we'll change our minds while we talk about it, though.
Yeah.
And also, we'll talk a little bit about how likely we think it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So the players, the MLBPA, wants no salary cap.
No.
So there's a salary cap on the table. Right now there's no ceiling on how much a player can earn.
Nope.
And the players want to keep it that way.
Of course.
The players do not want a ceiling on how much a player can earn.
No.
They want to keep baseball a free market system. Mm-hmm. That is probably the biggest thing that is on the table with this whole discussion. And there's a lot of nuance to that. We'll get into that a bit more. The players also want a higher minimum. So currently the minimum for a player's salary is $780,000. And the players would like to raise it to $1.5 million, which is nearly twice as much. right now, the Rays, Marlins, Pirates, and Guardians are some teams to think about when you think about spending, because they have the lowest spending, and they might have the lowest payroll. I'm not sure. Because that's another thing. Some of the...
I mean, we had looked at that previously. I think it's like the Rockies or something like that have the lowest. I can't remember.
But there's a couple of different things. There's the teams with the lowest payroll and the teams with the lowest revenue, or the teams with the lowest spending. Okay. MLB players also want an earlier free agency. Currently, MLB players need 6 years in the MLB before they can be free agents. And the players are asking for that to be reduced to 5 years for players 30 years and older. So players who are like further along in their career could become free agents at 5 years instead of 6, which is what it is now. The higher minimum also means that they want more money for younger players. So if they can't get the minimum raised, they might think of other ways to get or ensure more money for younger players. They want revenue sharing that would guarantee each team $240 million, including the small market teams. But to guarantee, this is important, to guarantee that the team will spend that revenue share, they want a competitive integrity tax. So the Players Association wants to penalize teams who don't spend their money on payroll talent. So it would force small market teams to spend their money on good players instead of the other expenses that they could spend the revenue on. So
what are some of the other expenses?
Stadium,
like a new stadium?
Stadium operations, new stadium, front office expenses, staff, travel, real estate development. And another one to think about is like lining the owner's pockets. I mean, there's all sorts of ways that they can do that. So this kind of operates as a salary floor without having a salary cap. Teams are kind of forced to use their revenue share, and they're forced to use it on talent, or they'll be incentivized to use it on talent versus diluting it through the rest of the
maybe like laundering it through different channels.
Laundering it, or being like, hey, we really want to build a new stadium. That's where all of our revenue is going to go this year. Okay, and then most fans are on the side of the players. And I watched one YouTube video today where the guy said, supporting the owners is, quote, like being seen as a cuck to billionaires. And one thing to keep in mind as we're talking about this is like the media and the public is pretty much all on the side of the players.
Yeah.
Because this is sort of seen in a very simple way as a fight between billionaires and millionaires. And so you're always going to kind of root for the guy who's making a little bit less money.
I mean, in this scenario, it's like the players are the workers and the owners are like the owners of the factory, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, and that gets brought up a lot in discussions about it. Like people do compare it to like a free market economy.
Yeah, I mean,
and it brings in a lot of like political values too.
Oh yeah, it sure does. It sure does. I mean, for a lot of people, as soon as they hear union, they're just like, oh, I hate that. I hate that. It's like, okay.
Well, and a lot of people in the past have said the players don't need to be making that much money. Like, so one argument could be like, why do these guys get paid millions and millions of dollars to play a kid's game?
Yeah, why do you charge $20 for a single beer at your stadium?
Yes. Okay. So, Eric, why don't you get into the owner side? Because, yeah.
So, you know, when Molly and I were initially like kind of like mulling this over, like understanding, like starting to understand like what the CBA is and like what it could, you know, like what it entails. I naively, and this is, you know, I consider myself a more than average baseball fan. I did not know that the league is not independent of both the players and the owners. I figured that it was, the league is there and the league, makes sure that everything is like, kosher on field, things like that. And then you have the owners and the players. But I didn't know that the commissioner, Rob Manfred, is basically the spokesperson for the owners. Mm-hmm. So, the office of the commissioner was established in the wake of the Black Sox gambling scandal, in which 8 members of the 1919 White Sox team were found guilty of intentionally throwing the championship that year.
8 players?
Yes. And so I think one of them
You remember that?
Well, no, but I do remember that one of them is Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I guess he was like really, really, really terrific. And then, yeah. But
sorry.
The office of the commissioner was established after this because they were fearing, the total collapse of public trust. They're like, this game is crooked. It's all for sale. Basically, it's like the WWE is currently. So the commissioner was put into place to be an independent office whose interests are just for that of the integrity of the game. In 1992, the independence of the office collapsed when ownership unified or unionized to oust then Commissioner Faye Vincent for acting too independently during labor disputes. God, our commissioner is acting too independently of both sides. We need to fix that. Seems crazy. But this is when Bud Selig was named commissioner. And when he was nominated, he was also the owner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, the current commissioner, Rob Manfred, has gone full CEO, acting like, the boss of a multi-billion-dollar entertainment product, of which he is. It's Rob that installed recent rule changes to speed the game up in order to try to curry favor with a younger fan base. Kind of trying to.
We like the rules, though.
Optimize. Yeah. So what do they want? What do the owners and the commissioner want? They want the cap. They want the cap bad. And so they want to cap it just slightly higher than the current competitive balance tax. And right now there is no cap, but there is this thing called competitive balance tax, which is basically, they call it the luxury tax. It's set at $244 million. And what it says is that if your team's payroll goes over that $244 million line, then you're going to have to pay a tax. And the tax takes into consideration 2 things. One, how far over the $244 million line you are, and how long has it been like that? I mean, there's a lot of.
Can I just ask a
Sure.
clarifying question? So the MLB wants to implement the competitive balance tax, and that is how they would exercise the salary cap, or they want a salary cap that is a little bit clearer and lower than what the competitive balance tax currently is?
So, no, I mean, basically, the tax is just saying, hey, you're going to have to contribute back to the collective revenue pool if you go over this line.
And that's what's currently instated right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
And so,
that's what I'm
like,
asking.
some
Okay,
teams
okay.
that generate tons of revenue, like the Dodgers, are just like, we don't care, we'll pay the tax.
Yeah, and I
we
think
don't
the
care.
tax is sometimes like 100%.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and so clearly what the owners are saying is that this tax is not enough. and that Rob Manfred is saying that he represents the fans in this, noting that since 2012, only one team from a bottom 15 market, smaller city, the Kansas City Royals, were the only team to take a championship. He also said that it's better for the fans because all three of the other major American professional sports leagues, the NFL, the NBA, and the NHL, all have caps. And because so, the success in the league has been more evenly dispersed across all different kinds of markets. So basically, Manfred is saying, no, we got to put this cap in. We're doing it for the fans. And it's just kind of like, are you doing it for the fans?
Or are you doing it to save money?
Yeah. So Manfred also claimed, and this is a big one, and I think you want to talk about this a little bit more, that the owners would be willing to split local TV rights revenue if the cap were adopted. And so they want to centralize all the broadcasting rights into one place and then charge for that. The one thing, I mean, as a fan, I've got a lot of reactions to this and we can share them later. It's a pain in the ass having like 38 streaming services to try to watch, one team. But,
I agree with you.
Nothing like this is going to it'll be a part of the negotiations in this, currently soon expiring CBA, but the changes wouldn't take place until after the 2028 season.
Okay.
MLB and the owners also want expansion. Manfred said that by the end of 2029, which I believe is the last year of his contract, or that it'll be at the helm, he wants 2 more teams. And the addition of 2 more teams going from 30 to 32 would kind of force a league realignment, like what division are these teams going to fit into and how. With that, we could possibly see the end of the American and National Leagues, which is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been the American and National Leagues forever. So instead of having these 2 separate leagues, each with 3 divisions, they would move more into a model of East versus West.
Mm-hmm. Like the NBA.
Yeah, like the NBA. I'm not sure. So also,
You're going to flip the table over?
I mean, no, I'm not. I'm representing I am Rob Manfred right now.
Spoiling my legacy.
It's also the owners are saying that profitability is a concern. God, my heart is bleeding for a thing. So according to CNBC, quote, ML team valuations rose 13% from last year. Significant. The average MLB team is now worth $2.95 billion. And that is average. Okay?
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, I think it was just the Kansas City Royals that got bought a couple years ago, but like that's a small market team. If it really wasn't that profitable, like how could they find so many competitive offers for new ownership?
Okay, so here we go again because there's more, because Manfred is making all these arguments from a quote unquote fan perspective.
Yeah.
By citing the other 3 major sports leagues. Again, the NBA, the NHL, and the NFL, of course. They're saying that the profitability of the league is in far worse shape than the other 3. So according to CNBC calculations, in 2025, MLB's 30 teams had an EBITDA. That is EBITDA. Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, margin of under 2%. Team average revenue was $426 million with an average EBITDA of $7 million, including non-MLB ballpark events. So that includes here in Chicago at Wrigley, there's like 1 million concerts at Wrigley each year. In contrast, the comparable margin for the NFL was 20%. So the owners are saying, wait a minute, like
something's wrong.
NFL ownerships are their margin is 21%. Ours is 2%.
Under 2, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's another one. But again, and we can get into more personal feelings about this. I mean, I understand the numbers are they're. I mean, the numbers do paint a picture, and I suppose that one would have to look at this from the owner's perspective because they do exist. But Jesus, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't like it, sell your team for $3 billion. Like, is that not enough?
And watch people want to buy it because it is profitable. I think what's interesting here about the MLB side is when you think about it, and I'm not sure about this, and I told you the more I learned, the more I had questions. The MLB has people within it. They have owners within this group of bargainers who have very different wants.
Yes.
Like the Dodgers.
They don't want
a salary cap.
No, they don't. They don't want a salary cap, and because they don't want to give up their streaming revenue rights
advantage.
No.
Yeah. And I don't know, Cleveland Guardians might want a salary cap.
Oh yeah,
because it makes the team more equitable.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
that's what's tough for me is like,
from a fan perspective, that it could be that like, hey, I was in a city like Seattle, where it's just like my team is never going to see a championship. Like they'll be competitive, but like there's no way that they can compete with these others. You might, from a fan perspective, depending on where you're located, you might be like, yeah, this is great. Put a cap on. I want to see my Cincinnati Reds win.
Well, that's what's hard for me is like, I feel like the salary cap, like in theory, is a really good idea. Like we were talking about starting this conversation. I was like, I'll represent the player side. You'll represent the owners. And you were like, oh, we'll both be on the player side. When we first decided to talk about this,
yeah,
you were like, we'll both support the players. And in theory, I was like, yeah, for sure. It's like the players union. And it is like supporting the millionaires versus the billionaires.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do sort of think that the salary cap is a good idea because it offers a chance for more balance among the teams in the league. And that means that every team would have a more equitable shot at being good or getting to the postseason.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like the idea of a salary cap. And I wonder where the owner of a team like the Minnesota Twins feels about a salary cap.
Yeah.
And then that's what's weird is like, I feel like the players union is maybe a little bit more homogenous in its wants versus the MLB.
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of feel like there's a smarter way to do this. And I think, but yeah, I mean, we can talk about our personal feelings after this, but like.
Well, I think that's kind of it. I mean, I sort of wanted to talk about blackouts, but I don't want to really get into it too much other than I think that the consequences of a lockout for the most part that people are citing is like, this could really hurt the popularity of baseball and it could harm the league as a whole. And players don't want that because they, in the short term have these seasons to look forward to, like the next like 5 to 10 seasons to look forward to. And they want people, especially in small market teams, to keep paying attention to them.
Yeah.
The Dodgers aren't going to be so worried about that because they have like a constant international audience. Like they don't have as much to lose as like the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
But you also have to think about what a whole year off of baseball means for some players. I mean, I know they make millions of dollars, but like a lot of that is like, they live $1 million lifestyle. And I'm not saying like party
well, it's also,
or whatever.
You only have so many years that you can perform at that level.
So
whereas
not
like
getting a year's salary
Yeah.
is going to do them probably a bit more damage than the owners. The owners can usually,
yeah.
the owners could probably eke it out for a year without revenue. And that kind of honestly tells you all you need to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is like the money, the players should be getting, ultimately the players want more money.
I mean, if this is a lockout, it means it was initiated by the owners, which means that they're willing to do it.
Yeah, that is interesting. Like there hasn't been any talk of a strike.
No.
It's only been talk of a
Yes.
lockout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, frankly, all of this has me concerned about the health of baseball holistically. And one thing that there's two takes that I have from this. One, there should be an independent body between the players and the owners.
What do you mean?
Like the commissioner should be independent. Like who's the arbiter of this? You know what I mean? It just kind of feels like it's like, yeah, there could be collusion of all kinds. It was like the scandal that prompted the creation of this office could happen again. And now what are you going to make another commissioner's office? You know,
So you think that you think that the argument should be between the owners and the players, and the MLB should sort of be...
Yeah, the arbiter, like kind of an independent body that's like, no, you can't do this.
Is that the case for any other league, I wonder?
I don't know about.
I think that might be kind of common.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
The other, I mean, I just kind of feel like there should be like a third party whose interests are not monetary to say, no, that doesn't make any sense.
But how could the commissioner of the MLB have non-financial interests? You know what I mean? I just don't think that exists.
Well, no, because the office was designed to just say it is up to this person to decide what's best for the game.
Yeah.
And not what's best for the players or the owners.
So how likely do you think it is that this will happen?
I don't know. I mean, you know me, I'm kind of like doom and gloom. I'm always expecting the worst.
One thing to say is there could be a lockout, and there probably will be on December 3rd or 2nd or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But whether it affects spring training is one thing, and then it could affect spring training but not affect the regular season. So I kind of think that the farthest it'll go is affecting spring training. I
mean, the other thing that I was thinking about as we're like talking through these things, it's basically the argument is cap versus no cap. That's the biggest
point of contention.
But I kind of feel like there could be a more equitable, competitive balance if instead of a cap, there was like a revenue share percentage or some kind of threshold like that, where it's like, look, you can spend all you want on this, you know, on your team, or do whatever the hell you want, but like a percentage of that needs to go into the player pool. So it's like,
well, there already is a revenue share.
Yeah. But I think there needs to be a more aggressive one where it's just like, hey, you want to blow through, you want to spend.
Or maybe the revenue share could be like a tax situation where it's like directly relative to how much revenue you bring, or how much revenue you bring in or profit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, hey, you know, if your revenue is this, it goes into a player pool and it's like divided amongst the players of the team, the workers. I don't know. I'm not sure. But like all of this, like, I don't know. Yeah, I always hear people like grumbling about like, God, that guy gets paid, you know, $4 million a year to play baseball or whatever. And it's like, you know, the team makes $4 million in like beer sales at a single game. Like every time I see like the cup snake out in Wrigley's bleachers, and it's like, you know, hundreds of feet long at $20 a piece for beer, I'm like, that cup snake represents one of the player on field's salary for this year. I mean, it's insane. Like when you think about things in those terms, I just it doesn't sit with me well that like an individual players get criticized for making a lot of money by playing in a professional sports league that generates billions and billions and billions of dollars. Like, I just have a hard time. I'm like,
yeah, and
pay the
also,
kids. I don't care.
It does kind of, I know this isn't as true as with baseball as it is with like the NFL, but like ultimately it's like, how much is a person worth? Because the players are putting their bodies on the line.
Oh yeah.
And
well, Tommy John surgery, you could blow out.
Yeah. Yeah. Or, Freddie Freeman. Did you see it? He was catching, they were playing against the Royals and he went to catch fly ball.
Sure.
And he ran into the stairs going down to the dugout, the visitors' dugout.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he like had to take off for full body soreness.
Oh, I mean, especially for like a person who's like kind of like on the other side of the career curve. Like Freddie Freeman is
he could have killed himself.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah,
open.
and also he's not like 23 years old.
Anybody could have killed themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what I'm saying. It's like,
yeah,
I think it's, the owners are sitting pretty in their chairs.
Oh yeah,
watching.
I mean,
it's
it's no more apparent than it is in the NFL, where it's just like, look, like realistically, my body can handle this kind of punishment for.
And how much is that worth to you?
Yeah, it's just like I know my body. I got 4 years in as a gladiator or a warrior on the gridiron or whatever before it's just like my brain or my hips or whatever it is just won't be able to handle it anymore. So it's just like.
So we're on the side of the players.
Yeah.
But I do kind of want a salary cap.
I mean, I don't know if I want a salary cap, but I do think it would be good if the league were more evenly competitive. Am I going to shame or not like Shohei Ohtani for like getting paid a ton of money and just and being like, look, you guys can pay me later. It's like that's what a fan kind of wants too. It's just like I don't care about how much each individual player is getting paid. I want to see my team win. I want to see my team go after the best talent. And you guys figure all that shit out. I want to sit on my couch and enjoy watching the game.
Yeah.
And get excited about postseason baseball and go to the games and see my team win. I mean, I'm not worried about how much these guys are getting paid on field. I'm more pissed off about paying $20 for a fucking beer at Wrigley.
Well, I watched an interview with a few sports reporters who were like kind of old timers, and they were reporting during the 1992 negotiations and strike. And it's interesting because they brought up the idea of how, the Players Association uses the media to get the fans on board versus how the MLB might use propaganda to get the fans on board. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, the fan opinion like really doesn't come into play. Mm-mm. Or it didn't in 1992. The commissioner and the head of the players union said that the fans' opinions like mattered zero in their negotiations.
It did not factor into at all considerations for negotiations.
As this builds up, I think we should keep that in mind because both the players union and the MLB will talk about how, or I think reporters or creators might talk about how one of the bargainers cares about fan opinion, and I don't think that they do.
No.
I don't think that keeping, other than they want to keep this train rolling so they can keep making money.
Oh, that's all. I mean, that's the sad truth of this.
And nobody wants if baseball is not broadcast next year, then it will do a lot for general interest in the sport as a whole. Yeah.
I mean, I think so. I mean, it may be also advantageous.
What are we going to do with the podcast?
Well, you know what? We might have to switch to an MLS podcast.
No, we're absolutely not doing that. But I was thinking it'd be kind of fun to do Chicago news.
Yeah.
Because I just found out something.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We will. Maybe we won't go into such a deep dive like this.
Hopefully that helped people understand a little bit.
Yeah, in future episodes. But like, we're definitely, as the Yips are your number one source for timely, reliable,
team agnostic.
Mostly. News. This is this is your first stop for baseball news. We'll update.
We'll keep
update
you guys
this.
posted. Don't even worry.
Yeah.
We're gonna hold your hand through the whole thing.
We're getting a little long, so let's wrap this baby up.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's it's the Yip of the Week Award / Rules Roundup, baby. And I could just hear the whips going right now.
Yip of the Week too.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You want to go first?
Go first.
Okay, so this week the Red Sox found themselves trailing 2-1 in the top half of the 7th inning up in Toronto. The Sox had runners on first and third at the corners with 1 out. On a fly ball to center field, both runners took off, seemingly forgetting that there was only 1 out. So the Jays center fielder, Brett Bateman, who caught the fly ball for the inning's 2nd out, threw it to first for the double play, effectively, right? Mm-hmm. So there is some kind of rule. This is insane.
I mean, people have made 2-hour-long podcasts just explaining this.
Yeah. So basically, first and third, 1 out, fly ball into center field. Instead of tagging up, as we covered in a previous rules roundup, both players just go full bore because they're thinking, hey, there's 2 out. I'm going for it, right?
Yeah.
The Jays center fielder throws it to first. Hey, there's the double play. I caught it for the 2nd out. Throw it to first before the guy can get back. That's 3 out. The problem, what the rule here is, and apparently this just took forever, because Anthony Siegler, who was on third, crossed home plate before Sogard made it back to first, the run counts. What? So
this is one of those things where
so they're saying the run counts because the center fielder didn't get it to first base before that runner crossed home plate. It's just like, wait a minute, how many outs can there be in an inning? For what I understand, there can only be 3. You can't get a 4th out. So then why is the runner that crossed the plate in the equation here?
Right.
It seems crazy to me. Yeah. So, I mean, all of this baloney in the review took 17 minutes. The Sox got a run out of it somehow, which I'm not in agreement with. But to the Sox runners' credit, so I mean, this is about who's the Yip of the Week or who had the Yips. I mean, I would say that the runners on base had the Yips. It's like, what are you guys doing not tagging up before advancing with 1 out? What happened was, and I guess what caused a lot of the confusion, was that this scoreboard reflected 2 outs. So both these guys are on base and they look up, they're like, oh yeah, there's 2 out.
So I'm going the for scoreboard?
It. Yeah. I mean, they look at the scoreboard just like anybody else. You know what I mean? To be like, oh, I mean, when you're at the game, it's like, how many outs are there? It's like, oh, you look up the scoreboard. Oh, there's 2. Okay,
Jordan Walker doesn't.
Yeah, maybe not. But either way, this Yip of the Week award, at least mine, goes to the Rogers Center scoreboard operator for not doing your one job.
Oh, come on.
Hey, this is, I'm not allowed to name the Yip. I don't know. What do you got?
Okay, I just want to say story has been going around a lot
Yeah.
this week. And
Yeah.
this whole time I just decided this is none of my business. I don't care. Like while you were talking, I completely zoned out. I have no idea what you said. I just don't care about this one.
There you have it, folks. Welcome to the Yips, podcast for people who don't give a shit about baseball.
I care about baseball. I just like it gets so granular that that's not fun for me.
I mean, what blows me away is that there is some kind of like rules related nuance or something or snafu or whatever you want to call it that happens all the time. It's like, seriously? This is the first time
I think I'm going to have to join Tommy John's foundation.
God, let's do it.
Don't do it. Or just do it, whatever.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
All right. Who's your yip?
You.
Me? Oh, yeah, of course.
I decided that I would always have a yip of the week as well, and that it would always be Eric.
What did I do this week that
I can't think of anything.
Oh,
I know, but then I was like trying to think that's actually what I was thinking about while you were talking before. Couldn't think of anything. So
I didn't fuck anything up this week?
I don't think so.
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Wow. I still get a Yip of the Week award though, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
You want one.
I mean, I don't know.
You love it. Okay, guys.
Like and subscribe.
Thanks for listening.
Get down in the basement there and give us a 5-star
Yeah, if
review.
you happen to be watching this on YouTube.
Well, you know what?
give us a
That was the
comment.
other thing I wanted to talk about too, is that apparently
Nobody
now
listens.
I know. I got an email from
Eric sees the back end of the podcast, like RSS stuff. And he's like, no, a lot of people are listening. And then he had it open on his computer and it was like 14. And I was like, oh,
No, it's better than that.
That's not a lot of
It's also those stats are not accurate, and also Apple Podcasts now supports video, so I might just upload the video.
You guys, can you tell your friends, or can you tell us what we're doing wrong so that like more people will listen?
Help us be better.
Help us help you.
Help us help you. This is what the Yips are really here for. We're here for you.
I'm the Yip of the Week. You know what? The Yips podcast is the Yip of the Week because we are not doing well.
I'm the Yip of the life.
No, actually, we are doing well because it's only episode 9 and we have to like remember that it takes time to figure out like what your voice is. It's like, as an artist, it took me a long time to figure out my style.
It's also 9 episodes of the show is nothing to scoff at. And originally we wanted to try to record a podcast, just one episode as like a project to see if we could work together on something. Here we are 9 episodes down.
Yeah. Oh my God. We should have an anniversary party for our 10th episode.
Maybe.
Cool. Well, guys, have a good week.
See ya.
Talk to you later, loves.
Bye.
Ciao, loves.